How important was that Ohio State game for Nick to see that there are counter moves to what's has been done to him?
Well, I think it was a compliment to him that they put Aaron on him as much as they did. And it allowed us to do some things that allowed Derek to get to the basket and allowed Karras to play. So a big man to clean up rebounds as well. But I think just, he can do this. He's just got to keep prompting him to be aggressive offensively. If he needs to be aggressive. He is a heck of a shooter. And he's got to have this mentality. It can't be a perfect night. I'm not going to make every shot. But I'm not going to make any if I don't take them.
Right over here with Nick.
John, we talked a lot about Glenn and his shooting ups and downs. He's obviously had the big shot the other day, but still had some misses. Do you guys revert back to anything? Remember, Tim as a sophomore went through bad shooting stretches. Do you guys talk, revert back with anything like that?
We've talked about Tim, he and I are just trying to work through it to make sure, okay, what's the good shot for you? And like you said, if I didn't see him in what I see in practice some days, he would be shooting threes, or shooting even 15-footers. But in some games it's been difficult, and I think the better start he gets off to, the better he usually is. So he's got to wipe out that, whether he has a good start or a bad start. He's just got to continue to look at the basket, be aggressive, and say, how, by shots not dropping, how can I help the team in other ways? Grabbing more rebounds, just locking up on man. There's other ways you can help the team win, even when you don't feel it.
Is that hard for him? Tim always talked about how that was hard for Glenn separately. Do you think it's hard for him to do that?
I don't think it's just hard for Glenn to do that. I don't think so. I think that he can do it. Glenn was, while he could score, it's been a guy who probably was less of a volume shooter than Tim Hardaway was coming in. So it's not that different for him.
Over here with Rod.
With Nick, after he hit that first shot, the thing on TV with you giving him a high five, and how important was that for him to get in the flow early and to kind of feel like Kraft wasn't this kind of vice on him that he could emerge out of?
We probably make too much of Kraft. I mean, we build him up during the year because he sets a tone defensively that I've never seen. And so as a result, going into that game and just hitting that first shot against him was really big for him because he can do that. He's played against really good defenders this year, and he's been able to get his own shot and make it. And he can't doubt himself. Confidence, even with, I would say Nick's got a lot of swag, and he can't lose that, no matter what. And that's true with all our teams. But you score a few baskets with Aaron Kraft in your face, that certainly adds to your swag for sure. Go ahead.
A lot of kind of national and criticism maybe of Nick that he wasn't being aggressive enough and maybe going to get the ball. Is some of that maybe that the plays on the other side and the way the play is set up, he's got to be in that corner, and in that case with Kraft, it kind of helped you because it pulled him out of the play?
That's by design that we do some different things as we try and move him around the floor or he moves around the floor. That Kraft's not going to leave him. And having shooters really allows you to open the floor, and he can do that. So there's some days, you just don't want to attack Kraft. If you got a great cornerback, you don't keep throwing it to his side of the field. You try to throw it away from him. And so there's that strategy. At the same time, there's we want him sometimes just getting the ball is a matter of I'm going to go get it. Somebody denies you, you don't give up on your first two steps. You keep going and you back cut them. I think every player anywhere needs to back cut more. And even if he doesn't get the ball, it doesn't mean that anything is you didn't get the ball, so it wasn't a wasted back cut. You're going to get it next time because he fears the back cut.
In the 2 years with Trey, we saw kind of what this offense can do with an elite point guard. Now, Derek isn't necessarily on that level, but is your offense running on all cylinders? Is it at its best when you have very strong point guard play?
I think very good guard play and all, that you can go either way, that they can't take a one guard, take your one guard away from you. I think when Stu Douglas became a much better dribble player, we won a Big Ten championship. He couldn't have done that the year before. That's a lot of work with him and Val Jordan. And Karras LeVert has taken pressure off of, so much pressure off of Derek. And because he's that second guy. First of all, you get tired if the ball's always in your hands. But second of all, it opens the court. So, and Tim did some of that last year. Tim was really good in some scoring situations. I think Karras is more of a combo guard than Tim would be a combo guard. So, but Derek had made some big plays